Buenos días. Parece que también eliminaron el programa de movilidad segura. Voy a buscar más información y se las hago saber.
I hate that I voted for him. Now I'm so scared for my family.
Sí, amiga, dime.
Ay, Dios, por...
Okay, guys, thank you very much for coming once again. Things have finally hit the fan. The Latinos for Trump supporters got hit with reality at breakneck speed. Oh, they thought that only the innocent were going to feel the pain, but guess what? Latino for Trump supporters are finding out that they are not the pick me, I'm not one of them type of immigrants that they thought they were. No, sir, you're not one of them. You weren't European white. You weren't European American. Now, if you're one of the I told you so crowd, I tried to warn you, but you want to listen, you shouldn't have put your hand on the hot pan, but this happened to you, guess what? Guys, you need to hunker down, grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your wine, and if you're a Latino, grab your hot chocolate with bread in this cold weather, because things are about to get real interesting.
This is so crazy that we voted for Trump. We trust him with the word that he promised us Latinos. This is crazy that starting next week, multiple cities will be hitting immigration. That is so crazy that multiple people are scared to go to work. When I work at, a lot of Latinos did not go to work. And that's crazy because we have a living too.
The coming together to do something about this is called voting, and that happened a couple of months ago on November 5th, and you still decided to walk your Latina ass up in that voting booth and vote for a man that repeatedly told you that he was coming for you to deport you. And at this point, more than anything, I want you to get exactly what you voted for. I want you to feel the powerful consequences of your vote. If they do take your grandma and your grandpa, I want you to know that you did that to them. They got taken away because of you. And for the rest of us as a community, we can never let MAGA voters like her forget how damaging their vote was. We need to constantly remind them. Never let them forget. As far as us getting together to do something about it, I will never in my life trust a Latino for Trump. You're a danger to yourself, you're a danger to your family, and you're a danger to your community. And I want nothing to do with you, and I don't feel sorry for you.
Oh, this is really a new chapter in the leopards ate my face. And for the people saying, oh, I thought you weren't going to do cover politics anymore. You know what? I wasn't. But yeah, this country is going to the wash. Basically, everything's going down. The Latinos are feeling it. The Trump supporters are feeling it. Yeah, we're all screwed. So this past election, a large number of Latinos voted for Trump. Most of them being men. Go figure, huh? And it's an open secret that a large number of Miami Cubans and Venezuelans will vote for Trump, number one, because they get special privileges from the government. That's right, folks. The taxpayer money that you're paying into, that goes into special programs that are specifically designed for a certain group of people, not all immigrants, but the Cubans and the Venezuelans. One of those programs is called the Cuban Adjustment Act, created by the Democrats, in which Cubans who come to this country, they get a fast-paced way to get their citizenship, to get their green card. Soon as they get here, as soon as they arrive, they will get a social security card, they will get health insurance, they will get monthly benefits.
There's this thing called the Cuban Adjustment Act, right? And in that act, there's some special provisions just for Cubans that are not given to any other immigrants. Under that Cuban Adjustment Act, they automatically qualify for 8 months of public assistance. So they get a welfare check for 8 months, right? And they also qualified for Medicaid, medical. It doesn't matter what's wrong. It allows them to go into the hospital, allows them to have doctor's appointment. Now think about it, that's 8 months. 4 months later, after being in the US for just 1 year, they automatically qualify for residency or for a green card. And once they qualify for that, they automatically have access to all the benefits all other Americans have worked for. And here's where this gets a little bit interesting. I heard one time, right? Someone said this to me, and I didn't quite understand, and I should have, inquired some more, right? But someone said to me, a grandmother for Cuba could come over here, and without having worked a day in her life, she automatically qualifies for SSI. Now I understand how. So once they're here a year, they qualify for all your other benefits. And so I want you to understand that no other immigrant coming from anywhere else gets this type of assistance. And it really blows my mind that they would look down on anyone knowing that they don't have to work so hard for their citizenship. But you want to know the most interesting part of this? Is that from 1966-76, Carter, Obama, Biden, it all was passed because of Democratic presidents. Democrats is what made this possible for them. Because it was a Democratic president with a Democratic House and a Senate both times that it had came up in question. When it first was passed, it was both Democrats. And when I go and I look at the statistics of how many Cuban Americans voted for Trump, it's sitting at 68%. And he won Miami-Dade, by the way. Ain't that? Oh, my God. I'm speechless.
You also have another one called the Human Parole Act, which is for Venezuelans, Cubans, and also Haitians. And in this Parole Act, they will also get special privileges. And some of those Venezuelan immigrants, not all, because the majority of Venezuelan immigrants are very good people, but some of those who are abusing the system have become so disrespectful, so arrogant that they will actually make TikTok videos poking fun of other Latinos. Some of these TikTok videos will actually be towards Mexicans saying, I'm glad I'm born a Venezuelan and not an indigenous American because I can actually receive paperwork, my green card faster than you can.
Menos mal y soy venezolano, porque te imaginas ser mexicano y llegar a este país de esclavo en la construcción y tener todas las manos cochinas. No. Porque lo bueno de ser venezolano es que llegamos a este país, mira, trabajando de delivery y nos ganamos $30 el día. No nos preocupamos porque vivimos en refugio, el gobierno nos mantiene, sí señores, y nos dan una tarjetica de $1000 cada semana. No tenemos preocupación, tenemos que salir a trabajar porque nos obligan.
The Venezuelan migrants are starting to get deported. This is why I quite feel bad for them, man, because the level of entitlement that these people have had, I have never seen in my entire life this level of entitlement. There's a video right now that I was tagged in, man, that was going viral of this Venezuelan dude that was talking. He was pretty much bragging about the fact that he came here, he's living for free. And he says, it's not my problem, it's not our problem, the fact that y'all bought into the scam and y'all stressed out because y'all gotta pay bills and y'all gotta do all this and y'all gotta work hard. Us, we didn't come here for that, man. We came here to live like we lived in Venezuela, man, where the government's gonna take care of us. And I'm like, first of all, there's no way in hell that back in Venezuela, they were living as good as they're living here, right? But the point is that he was walking through New York City streets, bro, bragging about the fact that they give him a little red card, right, with $1,000 a month, right? They're paying for their rent, they're paying for everything pretty much, right? And he's living for free. He was bragging about the fact. The title of the video, he says, 1 year living free in New York. Crazy, bro. But whatever. The point is that the internet came for this dude, right? And then he came back talking about, I'm gonna sue you, I'm gonna sue New York, I'm gonna sue everybody. You're not gonna be able to mess with me. And I'm like, yo, these people are literally insane, bro. Like, I've never seen this level of entitlement for people who came from another country here. And it's like, give us everything, man. And if you don't, man, sue. Yo, he said he's gonna sue New York, man. Him saying he's gonna sue the state that's feeding him is crazy. That's how crazy these people are, man.
I don't have to spend time working in a construction site. I don't need to be working. Other ones will be saying, well, I'm glad I was born a Venezuelan and I don't have the body of a tamal. Because I am pretty and I don't have to work and I can just live off the government in the United States. Guess what happened? Daddy Trump put a stop to that. Yes, sir. On the very first day, he stopped all of these programs for them. including the ones for the Cubans, including the ones for the Venezuelans where they're getting special privileges. He showed them that he doesn't care, and he's not going to waste his taxpayer money on them, because in the end, guess what? You're not special. You're not white. You're just one of us now. You're just a Latino like everybody else, homeboy. We're all Mexican to them. Let me give you a personal story, a bit of anecdotal evidence. So it happens that at one of the gyms that I go to, before Donald Trump had become president, I had met a nice Cuban guy. He was the awesome, most gentle, most kindest person I've ever met. He was very polite. So one day when he was about to leave, he tells me, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you speak to the front desk for me, because I'm moving to a different city and I need to transfer my membership. So I said, okay, sure, no problem. We spoke to the front desk. They managed to take care of everything, transfer his membership, no problem. So he says, oh, well, the reason why I'm moving is because I'm going to move into a different house because my wife is coming in from Cuba. She's in Mexico right now, and she's going through that parole program in order to get here into the United States. And he looks at me, then he goes, I don't want Donald Trump to win. So I look at him and say, oh, okay, so you want Kamala Harris to win? He goes, no, I don't want Kamala Harris to win because she's a communist. But he says, I just don't want Donald Trump to win right now because I want my wife to cross. See, this is the hypocrisy. And he says, I know if Donald Trump wins, he's going to shut all that down. Guess what? He shut it down the very, very first day. Like there's an old Spanish saying, unfortunately, for the sins of a few, the majority end up suffering. Why? Because a large majority of Venezuelans are also good, hardworking people, and they hate these people and these abusers just as much as everybody because they're damaging their reputation.
Se fue la CBP1. ¡Eso! Y los venezolanos, el 30% de venezolanos que vinieron para Estados Unidos a vivir de mantenido, a robar Walmart, a hacer desmadre, a dejar basura en la calle, a hacer fiesta, a desvivir las personas, a un montón de cosas. El 30% lo volvieron a hacer.
Venezolanos malos les cierran la puerta a los otros.
Me da vergüenza decir que soy venezolano.
¿Ah? Y el otro 70% que se encuentran ahorita en México, que estaban esperando su CBP1.
De verdad da tristeza ver toda esta malquera. Yo ya perdí la oportunidad de llegar a Estados Unidos.
Personas trabajadoras, mujeres con sus hijos, por culpa de ese 30% de venezolanos mantenidos. Y si se van a molestar con mi video, el que quiera chaleco que se lo ponga. ¿A dónde está, pues? Egoísta. Y eso nada más no se queda así. La CBP1 ya valió verga. El TPS va a valer verga también. Por culpa de ustedes.
El mismo venezolano se encarga. Yo estoy cansado de esos bocones, porque de verdad los venezolanos somos unos hijueputa bocones. ¿Ah? Toda la amenazadera.
De delincuentes, mantenidos, marginales, vividores. Y la gente buena, por culpa de ustedes, la gente buena ya va a perder la oportunidad de entrar a los Estados Unidos.
All of the Latino community, all of the immigrants, whether Chinese, whether African, we're all starting to feel it now. I never saw him after that day, and this was a few days before Donald Trump had won. Guess what? Haha, homeboy, you're just one of us. See, you thought you can bring your wife across, and then, I got mine and screw everybody else that Latinos have? No. You finally got hit, and we told you so. We told you so. You're not one of them.
Hace momentos el gobernador de Florida, Ron DeSantis, aseguró que pronto en Florida van a empezar a pedirle el estatus migratorio a las personas al momento de querer enviar una remesa a su país. Y además asegura que con el apoyo de Donald Trump pronto esto será la norma en todo el país.
What happens is people will come illegally because they can work more menial tasks but make a lot more money in the U.S. than they can in like a third world country. So they'll come, make money, and then they send money back in remittances to their family, friends, wherever, to the home country. We are going to impose ID verification for foreign remittances.
So now that Latino Trump supporters are feeling the pinch in Miami, their representative, Maria Elvira Salazar, who is a congresswoman, who is a total Trump supporter in Miami, has scrambled to try to defend them, to get them on their side, because they use them for votes, right? So she actually wrote to Donald Trump in a letter stating that they need to protect the Cubans and Nicaraguans and Venezuelans, but mostly the Cubans in Miami. Like, no lie. And not only that, but she even says in the letter, she admits that the Cuban Adjustment Act, which is a benefit towards the Cubans, was created by Biden. She's asking to show leniency. That's right. She's asking, don't throw them out so quickly. Give them a chance. Feel free to stop this at any time so you can read the whole thing in full. And it says, I am concerned with this new guidance, how it affects individuals in Miami, specifically Cubans. And then right at the bottom, she actually mentions that this was a program created by Biden in order to help the Cubans out. But yet they turn around and they vote for the Republicans because to them, people like Biden are socialists. Go figure, right? Now the other Latinos are on the counterattack, like the Mexicans saying, you know, you guys used to poke fun of us towards the Venezuelans, saying that you get paperwork, you're one of us now, you're equal to us now. And even other Cubans who are against Trump and were for Trump at one time are starting to feel the pinch and saying, hey, you guys messed up, we messed up.
No queremos cubanos. Esto es lo que les dijo Papi Trump a los cubanos trompeteros de Florida. Y es que acaba de mandar refuerzos para la Guardia Costera de Florida para interceptar a aquellos cubanos que intenten llegar en balsa. Y es que él acaba de firmar un acta en la cual canceló el paro humanitario para cubanos, venezolanos y nicaragüenses. Yo sé que ustedes sabían por lo que votaron y ustedes estaban conscientes de lo que iba a hacer Donald Trump con este asunto de las deportaciones masivas. Pero es que ustedes son malos y por eso es que el karma siempre los persigue. Ahora mismo ya ustedes no son especiales y gracias a esto has puesto en peligro de deportación a tus familiares y a amistades que trajiste con el parol que te lo dio un demócrata. Que nunca se te olvide que los gobiernos demócratas son los que siempre han puesto programas para ustedes los cubanos. Pero es que ustedes son malos y ustedes se la pasan siendo racistas hasta con otras comunidades hispanas. Ustedes maltratan a los mexicanos, a los centroamericanos. Esas personas ni se meten con ustedes. Incluso ellos hacen los trabajos que ustedes no quieren hacer. En unos meses ya me lo imagino ustedes. Papi Trump, ayúdanos, Papi Trump, yo voté por ti. Papi Trump, anexión para Cuba. Papi Trump, ven a ver los comunistas en Hialeah y en Miami. Y Papi Trump no se encuentra ni en los centros espirituales porque es que a él tú no le importas. Ya él agarró tu voto y nosotros se lo dijimos, pero ustedes no nos quisieron escuchar. Yo solamente tengo algo que decirte. FAFO. ¿Tú sabes lo que quiere decir FAFO? Fuck around and find out. Y para los que no hablan inglés, es el equivalente a decir, tú querías bugalú, coge bugalú. Tú querías mambo, coge mambo. Saludos y bendiciones.
And finally, to finish, to make things worse, not only is ICE going after a lot of immigrants, it doesn't have to be exactly Latino. They're going towards the Native Americans. That's right. They're actually going towards the Native Americans. One particular Native American in the Midwest, a Navajo, he was actually detained by ICE. And they're trying to figure out what's going on. Many indigenous leaders have to step forward because Donald Trump, trying to get rid of the 14th Amendment, which is birthright citizenship, they're questioning Native Americans about birthright citizenship when this is their land, where they have been here for hundreds and not thousands of years. For thousands of years, in their own land, they're not even considered citizens in their own land. Can you understand that? This is crazy, absolutely crazy.
Multiple reports from Phoenix, Arizona indicate that members of tribal nations are being harassed by immigration officers, and at least one member of the Navajo Nation was detained and released by ICE. This is a devastating result of racial profiling and a stark reminder of settler colonial violence. To my indigenous brothers and sisters out there, please stay safe and take care.